The Premier League is back. It's hotter than ever. Today I'm going to talk about four teams that I feel like will have a different season. I'm going to talk about Tottenham. I'm going to talk about Arsenal, Man United, and Chelsea. I'm going to start with Tottenham. If they really do it, if they win the Premier League, I think we might have to, just give this guy the utmost respect. If he does it with Spurs, with a team that's not known to win trophies, wow! As a Man United fan, I think when he left Man United, I thought he was done. Maybe I was thinking he might go to internationals, but if he pulled this off with Spurs, kudos to you. But it's a long season. I feel like they might come up short, but top four seems secure. The second team I want to talk about is Chelsea. If you spend 200 million, I don't care. You might buy literally kindergarten kids. If you spend 200 mil, you should be regarded as contenders for the title, and they're proving that. The squad depth is crazy. Everybody they bought seems like they just are doing the right thing. Even if injury hits them, I feel like they have covers. And on top of that, my wild card, my joker, is Captain America. So I think when he comes and when he start playing, well, he might have something to say on the second half of the season. If they finish above Man City, I think the title is theirs. Will they do well in Champions League? That will depend on who they get and road to the final. So they do have a chance. They do have a chance to win it. But it's gonna ask like a perfect season, and if there's anybody can do it, it'll be Chelsea. The third team I want to talk about is another Londoners. At the moment, a disgrace to London, Arsenal. I'm actually getting in depth on about them. They got a coach. He won FA Cup. Felt like everything was going upwards. What a start to the season. Fuck. It's been horrendous. A lot of things they thought was going to go right is not going right. Aubameyang, I don't know. I don't think he played them, but I feel like strikers go through that patch where sometimes it just the goal to get a goal would be the hardest thing in the world. He's going through that right now. Will he come back, rediscover form? Will he take them, to Champions League places, or will they win the Europa League? Man, it's a 50-50 chance. Anything can happen. And the one thing I'm actually, it's not that I'm looking forward to, but, we watch Premier League for over, 20 years now. We've seen a lot of scenarios. We've seen, the big teams win it. The big teams win it back to back. The big teams win it with the FA Cup, the Champions League, like Man United did. We've seen Man City win it with like crazy numbers. We've seen Liverpool almost go unbeaten. Even Arsenal went invisible. We've seen small team break into that top six, like Leicester. We've seen teams that come up from the bottom do well. There's been a lot of scenarios, but that's the one thing we've never seen in the Premier League history is a big team struggle to survive. A big team going through the motion, a big team facing that the next game is, it's almost like a final. And I'm not saying Arsenal will be going down or will be, trying to survive. But there's that chance. That chance starts tomorrow. If they lose to Spurs and the next one after, I don't know, man. They might be dragged into it. If Arsenal, if Aubameyang gets injured, or if he start, the goals don't come in, I don't know. This is not even trolling. It might be a really long season, but if they put in a good performance tomorrow, if they rediscover their form. I think Gabriel Martinelli is back. It's going to take him a while, but you know they might be heading in the right direction. I won't, I won't, I will not say 400 like 100%. I will not say they will not be challenging to survive. Um, the title of the race, they're out of it. Top four, I don't think so. So we might be looking at that situation where the big team from London, whew, that would be a scene. That would be wow. Like I'm just projecting here. I'm just wishing here because I would like to see how the club would react, how the fans would feel. Every press conference would be just theatrical. Every game, given now the fans are back, it will be like an anxious game. It'll be a sight to see. I would love to see that. Uh, you know, it's nothing about my dislike for Arsenal. It's just that they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. So sometimes those mistakes that add up, and as time catch up with you, and they better believe that there is no such thing as too big to go down. No such thing. If you're not good enough in 90 minutes, if you're not good enough over a course of a season, I'm sorry, you might be going down. But like Kino said, they have enough to survive, and I feel like they will be okay. But I feel like it will be a missed season for Arsenal. My next team, my favorite, my team, Man United. Oh man, it's been a roller coaster one. It's been a season where some weeks I felt like we're gonna win the treble. Some weeks I feel like we're just in dirt that man nothing's gonna change. So it's been up and down. We've had crazy games. We've had horrendous ones, especially that 6-1 to Tottenham. I will not let that go until we actually get our revenge. Um, we have 3 games coming up with this week that might actually define the season for me. We playing West Ham away. We're gonna go to German. We actually need at least a draw to advance to later stage of Champions League. And on that weekend we have Man City. you know, Funny thing about Ole is his job might go one way or another depending on what happened a week from now. If he wins either 2 of them or 3 of them, if he can get a good win against West Ham, advance against RB Leipzig, and fight well, either get a point or beat City, we might be heading into a really great season because the squad right now they look refreshed. Uh, Feels like I'm not there yet, but almost like old United. There is that firepower within everybody. I know, our strikers haven't been scoring yet, but that will come. I feel like once we into festivity season, I think that will come. That will naturally will happen. So I'm not worried about our strikers not having a lot of goals, but we need a win tomorrow. We need a result in Germany, and we need to fight hard and get something out against Man City. If we do that, if we pass this, game every 3 days stage and head into January where we can have a new players come in, where we can have, like the likes of Greenwood who hasn't hit the height of last year. We can have Tony Marshall who hasn't scored a lot of goals, hit form. We might be looking at where the title might be within reach. So I cannot just like tell which way Man United is gonna go. Might be a horrendous season, or might be the best one yet. So these 4 teams are heading into game week 11, and and a whole lot of scenarios. If Man United win, I think they'll be closer to the top with the game in hand. If Chelsea win it, they will be number one, and everybody start chasing them. If Spurs beat Arsenal, beat them convincingly, we might be saying, what, time to start respecting them, time to start seeing them as a title contenders. And on the other hand, my bonus team is Man City. I think I picked them at the beginning of the season to win the title. I stick by that, and they hit. I feel like they let other teams get advantage of it. They've had a bad run of spells. They can't buy a goal at the moment, but they, couple of games I've seen them, they look like the old City. I think the title is theirs to lose, but anybody that finishes above them will win the title. And one last note, because I don't want to eat my word, Liverpool. I don't know. Liverpool, I picked a season that they were going to have this. I told a friend of mine this is going to be an injury-ridden season they're going to have, because I've never seen a team that goes 3 years without having one major serious injury. And this would have been their third year. And I'm not wishing an injury on anybody, but you could tell time would have caught up with them. So far, so good, though. Regardless of how many injuries they've gotten, so far they look like they're figuring it out. The problem will come when games are back to back, the festivity season. Once we pass March, if they're good, if they're around the title, let alone if they're leading, I'll be scared. They might be tying Man United at 20. That is not, I'm not accepting that yet, because I feel like teams will figure them out. They will attack them, they will score on them, and eventually they'll start losing games. Other than that, though, anybody that finishes above Man City will win the title. I hope it's Man United. I really do. We have the players, we have the squad. I hope we have the coach too. If he really wants this job for long term, this is a type of season where he can use advantage of. I don't necessarily expect him to win the title, but if there is a chance, you should take it, because this will cement his legacy. This will buy him at least 2-3 years down the line where he can build his own team. He's a young coach. He loves Man United. He played for Man United. I don't see him why he shouldn't end there, why he wouldn't stay there for 10, 20 years to come. And I'm not trying to create Fergie number 2, but if there is anybody that has the potential to stay at one club for a long time, it'd be him. Because everything about him seems, smells, looks like Man United. If it works out this season, if everything falls in place, they might not have to win the title. But if they head in that direction, he'll be there. He'll be back at the summertime, and eventually he'll become a successful. It's going to be an exciting season, a hella exciting season. I cannot wait to see how it will be turned out. But I hope you guys come and share your ideas with me. Let's engage. And that's what I like. I love football, so I want to talk about it. I want to live. I want to breathe it. It's just a passion of mine. So, another week. Let's see what happens. Man, football been crazy without fans. Man, whew. Felt like a game without a soul. At first, I was kind of hesitant, like, am I really going to watch games with fake noises and whatnot? It was hard to take. Felt robotic as fuck. But, the football kind of numbed us down, and, we started watching it regularly, and, we didn't notice the absence of it as much as I thought we would. But in terms of the bigger picture, in terms of results, in terms of game tempo, in terms of just excitement and the realness, the game was nothing without fans. The 200 would be a good start, but I want to see normalcy back into the football field. And I brought them up because this season, the Premier League can be won by anybody. Any team can win. For that to happen, I feel like the comeback of the fans, when they return in full, maybe 50, 60, 70%, and then around March or maybe April, they will have a say in who actually wins the title. This might be the season where that extra wild card that we usually think of to win that title, it might be the fans that might push their team over the line. Spurs be the leader in and around March. Fans are back, a new stadium. Whew, I'll be terrified. Liverpool, they're going through a whole lot of shit right now. If they can withstand that, if they can push themselves over the line week and after week, by the time the fans will be back, they will have their 12 man. They will have that push that might take them over the line. Chelsea, although they're not known for their huge fan base, still, if the fans are back, fully supporting the team, they can be the one that can change the game for them, that can make them win the title. Man United, trust me, this has been the worst season to play at home. We've lost, I lost count, bro. Losing at Old Trafford is not fun. I hate it. That's our house. We should be defending it with all we got. And the fact that the fans are not there is, it's hurting us more than people talk about. Arsenal, like I said earlier, will they be the one that might actually, challenge to survive? And if the fans come back, will they put pressure on them to survive, or will they put pressure on them to go down? And I'm just, projecting here. Let's say around March, Arsenal is in and around 16, 17. Every game at the Emirates is going to be full of anxiety. You cannot make a mistake. If you do, the fans is going to let you know about it. And that might actually affect the players. So if Arsenal don't change their situation and don't move up, I think they might be hurt by the comeback of fans. Man City, people you like to say empty head, but I feel like if they do get their fans, they might be moving them, themselves up, especially in the Champions League. So, fans will be crucial in who actually wins the Premier League this season. You heard it here first. Fans will decide who wins and loses titles. This might be the most unique season with my experience. So to you fans, to us, we ought to know the game is nothing without us. Whether you go to the stadium or you sit at home and watch it, football moves, breathes, and survives because of its fan base. It's untouchable, but clubs, I hope they've seen what their grounds look like without fans. They've seen how their pocket look like without fans. So when the fans come back fully, I hope hospitality gets better. I hope ticket prices go down. I hope the whole atmosphere, the whole football experience becomes something to really, really cherish. And to the fans that will be back in the stadiums, please represent all of us. Shout the loudest you ever shouted. Sing from your heart and support your team to death. And thank you. Thank you for making the game beautiful as this. And this is to you, fans, with love.